Hello, everyone. It's so great to be able to do art with you today. My name is Miss Alicia, and I'm excited that we get to do some creative, fun activities today. So let's get started.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? This is Miss Alicia, and we are going to make some colorful art today. And before we do that, we're going to read this story. The name of this book is Little Blue and Little Yellow. This book was written and illustrated by Leo Lionni. There's a color in the middle there. Can you tell me what that color is? Green, very good. So we have blue, yellow, and when we mix them together, we have green. All right, let's see what this story is all about. Little blue and little yellow. Look at all of these blue and yellow dots on the pages. This side, they are on a white background, and on this page they are on a yellow or black background rather. Yellow and blue are on the black background. Look at this. Now we have white dots on a blue background. Let's see what this story is all about. Little blue and little yellow. This is Little Blue. Here he is at home with Papa and Mama Blue. Little Blue has many friends. So here's Little Blue. Let's say some of these colors. What color is this? Yellow. How about this color? This color is red. How about this color? This color is orange. And how about this one? This one is brown. Did you know all of the colors? I bet you did. You're so smart. His best friend is Little Yellow, who lives across the street. So here's Little Yellow with his parents. How they love to play hide and seek and ring a ring o' roses. In school, they sit still in neat rows. After school, they run and jump. One day, Mama Blue went shopping. "You stay at home," she said to Little Blue. But Little Blue went out to look for Little Yellow. Alas, the house across the street was empty. He looked here and there and everywhere until suddenly, around a corner, there was Little Yellow. Happily, they hugged each other. Wow, look at them hugging. What happens when they hug? They make a new color, green, and hugged each other until they were green. Then they went to play in the park. They ran through a tunnel. They chased Little Orange. They climbed a mountain. When they were tired, they went home. But Papa and Mama Blue said, "You're not Little Blue, you're green." And Papa and Mama Yellow said, "You are not our Little Yellow, you are green." Little Blue and Little Yellow were very sad. They cried big blue and yellow tears. They cried and cried until they were all tears. When they finally pulled themselves together, they said, "Will they believe us now?" Mama Blue and Papa Blue were very happy to see their Little Blue. They hugged and kissed him. And they hugged Little Yellow too. But look, they became green. Now they knew what had happened. And so they went across the street to bring the good news. They all hugged each other with joy. Look at the parents. Mama Blue and Papa Blue are hugging Mama Yellow and Papa Yellow and making the color green. So when they mix together, they make a new color. And it says, and the children played until supper time. So here they are mixing together again. Oh, look at red and orange mixing together, making a new color combination called red-orange. The end. So here's our color green again. Did you like that story? I like that story a lot. And one of my favorite things about the story is that it's very simple. The pictures are very simple, and we're going to use these pictures to inspire the artwork that we're going to make today. So before we start to work on our artwork, we are going to look at some artwork by an artist. Okay, so our artist today is named Mark Rothko. Mark Rothko was a very interesting artist. I'm going to bring up the examples of the work a little bit closer to the camera so you can see. Here's the artist. This is Mark Rothko standing in front of one of his paintings. This artist created art that we would consider abstract. Do you remember that word, abstract? So, at the bottom, we see a larger example of his paintings. And another word that was used to describe his abstract artwork is the word multiforms. So, all of these different sections of color that we see on each picture are described as multiforms. So I'm just using my finger to trace the outline of each section, just like this one up here. These shapes look kind of like rectangles, but they are free form shapes because the edges are not symmetrical. Okay? But I picked this artist because just like the artwork in the story, the pictures are simple and filled with colors. So, Mr. Rothko is a very famous artist who liked to create works of art that are interesting. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my color wheel so we can talk about some colors. These are a lot of colors. And I'm going to point to two of the colors that we saw a lot in the story. The title of our story today is Little Blue and Little Yellow. So if we look on this color wheel, we can see yellow and we can see blue. But there are other colors on this color wheel, and I'm just going to point to some of them and talk about them. Let me put the book here, and then I will put the color wheel on top. So, on our color wheel, we like to organize our colors in groups that look alike. We also like to put our colors in groups that are called primary colors and secondary colors. So our primary colors are blue, yellow, and the color red. And when we take these three primary colors and mix them together, then we get other colors. We get all of the other colors that's on this color wheel. So, for example, as we saw in the story, if we take blue, just like on the cover, and we mix it with yellow, we get the color green. I'm going to move this over just a bit. We get the color green. If we take yellow and we mix it with the color red, then we get the color orange. And then if we take the color blue and we mix it with the color red, we get the color violet or purple. So violet is another name that we use for the word purple. And then when we take those colors and mix them with the primary colors of blue, yellow, and red, we get all of the other colors that are on the color wheel. So we are going to use our primary colors today to see if we can mix them together to make some of the other colors that are on the color wheel and that are also in the artwork for today. Okay, so we see green in Mr. Rothko's artwork, we see orange, we see yellow. What color is this? Do you know what color this is that I'm rubbing my finger across? Pink. Very good. What about this color right here? This is from the story. Blue. Very good. There's also red in this one and other colors. Okay? All right, so are you ready to make some great artwork? So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to make some artwork again inspired by our story, Little Blue and Little Yellow. And we're also going to do some abstract art that's inspired by both the book and Mr. Mark Rothko's artwork. So we're going to be using some very simple materials today. Do you know what this is? Raise your hand if you know what this is. This is a glue stick. All right, so you will be using your glue stick today. And if you look at the top, that's where the glue is. And then if you look at the bottom, that's what we're going to use to make the glue a little bit taller. So it's almost like the glue is hiding. So let me get it up in the camera a little bit. And we're going to screw it up just a little bit, just that tall. Don't make it any taller than that, okay? We don't want it to be all the way out here. That's too tall. Let's keep it really short, okay? So we're going to just bring it out of hiding for just a little space, and then we'll be able to use it. So I'm going to sit this right here. We're also going to be using tissue paper today, and we're going to be using tissue paper and the three primary colors. So blue, just like Little Blue in the story, yellow, just like Little Yellow in the story, and red. These are the colors that we're going to be using today. We're going to start with the color blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the paper and we're going to tear it into a shape. So tear it into whatever kind of piece you want. I'm going to tear mine kind of in a circular motion because I want to use that. Then I'm going to put this piece to the side. Then I'm going to take the glue stick and I'm going to put it on the paper. I'm going to rub it around in a circle. This is where I want my blue piece to go, right in the middle. You can put it wherever you want to on the paper. Then we're going to take the paper and we're going to rub it with our finger, just like that. Today we're making a collage as a part of our artwork. That's when you take one type of paper and you glue it to another type of paper. So I'm taking my blue, my yellow, and my red paper, and I'm tearing it into pieces and then gluing it to my white paper. Okay, so now I'm going to take some more of the paper and I'm going to tear it and I'm going to put some glue on the paper, and I'm going to take the piece I just tore. I'm going to rub my finger on it, on the where I just put the glue. Okay, and I'm going to take this little piece, I'm going to glue it on just like that. Then I'm going to tear some other pieces. And I'm going to glue it to my paper. I'm going to put some in this corner. I think I'm going to tear this again. I'm going to glue some here. Then I'm going to glue a piece here. I'm going to take my last piece and I'm going to tear it into two pieces. Okay? All right. I have my fan on, so that's why my pieces are blowing. So I'm putting the glue on the white paper and then putting the tissue paper or the blue paper on top of that. Now this thin paper is a little different from the white paper. We call it tissue paper. So it's very delicate. So we have to be careful with it. So we're putting the glue onto the white paper. So I'm going to put some glue in this corner. Then I'm going to put a piece down and rub it. Then I'm going to put some over here in the corner and I'm going to rub it. Wow, I almost filled up my page, right? No, not yet. I got plenty of space. So now I am going to take my red piece of paper and my yellow piece of paper, and I'm going to do the same thing with that. I'm going to tear it into pieces and I'm going to put it in different places on the paper. So I think I'm going to tear my yellow piece. Okay. And what I'm going to do now with some of my pieces is I am going to overlap some of them so that I can come up with new colors, just like in the story when little blue and little yellow hugged, they made green. So let's see. Can you see the green there? All right. So I'm going to put some glue here. And then I'm going to put this on top of the blue. And then this time, I'm going to take the blue and put it right on top of where the two pieces are overlapping. Can you see the green there? Let's see. Pull up a little bit closer. There, you can see the green starting to come through. Okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the yellow and do the same thing. The pieces that I tear, I'm just going to glue them all over the paper. So see my pieces? And if I want to overlap some more, I can do that. So I think I want to overlap another one so that I can get green again. Then I'm just going to take a little glue and rub it on top, and then I'll get green. Alright, so I'm going to take one more piece of yellow, and I'm going to make this yellow stand by itself, just like this one did. Okay? And I'm going to take these last few pieces of yellow that I have, and I'm going to put them to the side. I'm going to save them for the end because I want to add my red. So I'm going to sit something on top of them so that they won't blow. Sit something over here. All right, so now let's do our red. Let's tear our red into pieces. Okay. See if I can make one that's kind of a circle. And this time I'm going to add red into it. I'm going to overlap the red, and I'm going to overlap the yellow and the red. So I'm going to put the red on the blue, and then I will put the yellow on the red. So let's take this one and let's glue it over here. I'm going to put some glue on the paper. And when I put the glue on the paper, you can't really see it, but that's okay. I can see it, and you'll be able to see yours up close too. Then I'm going to take the glue stick again and just rub it right on top. And when, as I said before, when I take the red and overlap the blue, I get the color purple. Okay. All right. So let's take this red and put it in a spot by itself. Maybe I can put it here. I'm going to tear some pieces off here. Put some red there. Put a little bit more red on the paper here. Wow, it's coming along. It's looking very abstract, just like Mark Rothko's artwork. And just like the story. Alright, so now I'm going to take some more of my red paper, and I'm going to put it over here and just fill in some of the spots. So remember, we're putting the glue stick on the white paper first. Then we're taking the tissue paper that's in the 3 different primary colors and gluing it on top. When we are overlapping 2 colors, then we take the glue stick and we rub it on the 2 pages, okay? For the overlapping sheets. Let's put some more red in here. I'm going to have to make my red pieces a little bit smaller now, so that they can fit. It's kind of like I'm making a puzzle a little bit, except the pieces are scattered out. Okay. All right. So I have some areas where I can overlap the red over the blue. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that one so that I can make the color purple or violet, remember? And now what I want to do is take some of my yellow that I set to the side, and I'm going to overlap yellow over some of the red pieces. So here's a piece where I can take the yellow and put it on top of the red. And when I mix yellow and red together, I get orange. Okay. I'm just pressing it down with my finger. Okay. Can you see the orange? All right. Okay, let me turn it more that way. So we have purple, green, and orange. So I have a few more spaces and I still have some paper. So I'm going to tear some pieces and I'm going to overlap some more pieces. So I'm going to put this red here. And I'm going to rub the glue stick on top of where they are on top of each other or overlapping. I have some more yellow. So I'm going to take that piece, take a smaller piece, and I'm going to overlap maybe red again. Put that there. All right. And then if there's some of the edges that are sticking up a little bit, you can just rub the glue stick on top of them. Very gently rub it down. All right. I like the way my page is filling up. How is yours going? This looks very abstract. So I like the way the pieces overlap, just like in the story when little blue and little yellow hugged each other. And then when you overlap them, you make new colors. Okay, it's awesome. All right, so if you have some more pieces left, I have some more pieces left, you can use them to fill in some of the white spaces. Okay, again, we are making a collage. A collage is created when you take pieces of one type of paper and glue them to another type of paper. So that's the kind of artwork or technique that we're using in our artwork today. I know you're doing a great job. You're such good artists. Oh, I see a space right here I can feel. So let's see. Should I put a yellow piece? Yeah, I think I should put a yellow piece there. Let's put a yellow piece in there. And then maybe this time I will put the red on top of the yellow. Take a little piece, tearing that out. And then I could go like that and see. Oh yeah. I like when the yellow is on top if I want to mix my colors, but then I like to put the red on top of the yellow if I really want the colors to stand out and stay separated. Okay? All right. How is yours coming out? All right, awesome. Look at our collage. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use some of our colored pencils to add some shading. So we're going to take our colored pencils and color in whatever areas we want to color. So I'm going to take this green, I think, and I think I'm going to color a little bit on top of some of the areas that are overlapping. You can color wherever you want to. But I'm just filling in some of the white area. Some of it I'm going to leave white. So I got some green here. Use that to shade in. And I have my pencil turned to the side. See? And I'm moving it back and forth on the white paper. And I'm just coloring green. Then I'm going to use a little bit of orange. I'm going to color in. So I'm just coloring this in. You can use whatever color pencils you want. Whatever colors are on the table, just use one color at a time. And now I'm going to go ahead and get get one of the color pencils. This one, it looks very dark on the camera, but it's actually purple. And it kind of looks a little blue on the camera, but that's okay. I'm just going to fill in some of the white area. Okay. All right. All right. And you can color in some more if you want to. And if you want to use the blue, yellow, and red pencil, you can use that pencil as well. Okay. So once you're finished coloring each of the areas around each of the red, yellow, and blue shapes, once you finish that, you'll be finished with your artwork. And we have an abstract, colorful piece of art. All right, so let's compare our artwork to the pictures in the story and Mark Rothko's artwork. Okay, so first, let's look at the story and look at how our pictures look like the artwork in the story and how they are different. Okay, so how I can tell that they are the same is that in the story, on the cover of the book, we use the color blue, or we see the color blue. I also use the color blue. We also see the color yellow. I use the color yellow. And then we also see the color green. I use the color green. Now there are other colors too. We have black, white, and brown on the cover of the book. We also have white because we used a white paper. Okay, let's look at different parts of the story. So let's see. Do you remember this when they went to the park and played? So just like in the book, there's this lighter green. I also have that in my artwork. Did you use green in your artwork? When we overlap the colors, we have the color green. Did you use a green colored pencil? Let's see what other parts of the book our artwork are similar to. Let's see. Oh, look. Remember when they were at school sitting in still neat rows? Here's the color red. I used red, you used red. So that's the same, but they also look different. We filled in our space, but in the story, There's a lot of white open space, and we filled our space in. What about the artist's artwork? How did that come out? Let's see when we compare it. All right, so remember Mr. Mark Rothko's work? We talked about how it's abstract and we call his artwork multiforms. All right, so let's see, is there anything that is the same or similar? So the artwork, this picture, which is called number 16/12, has orange in it, and I also used orange in my artwork. You should have orange in your artwork too, from overlapping yellow and red. There's also the color green in Mark Rothko's work. There's green in my artwork. Did you use green in your artwork? Sure, when you overlap yellow and blue. And then there's also the color red, and we all used the color red. Now, our artwork is different because we have more shapes than we see in the artwork from Mark Rothko. All right, so I hope you liked this lesson today. I hope you did a good job of using the glue stick and the colored pencils. I'm sure you did because you're such great artists. I hope you had a great time with this art lesson today and you like your colorful abstract collage. I look forward to our next art lesson. Have a wonderful day.